Hello, my friends. Glad to have you back. Solo, a Star Wars story. If you consider this the kind of movie to be warranted of a spoiler warning, this is your warning. To briefly sum up my thoughts on these series as a whole, I love the original trilogy. I don't really care for the prequels, nor do I hate them as much as a lot of people do. When it comes to the Disney era films, I love The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Didn't really care for Rogue One. Now, as you can tell, there is a theme there. All of the movies that move the plot forward, I love. Any film that is kind of a prequel or spin-off, I do not really care for. So it should come as no surprise that when it comes to Solo, I really didn't like it at all. The first big problem I had is that this movie is very boring, and that's because it suffers from a pacing issue. And now I'm going to give you some examples of why I think this. So there is a scene in this movie where the characters are in the Millennium Falcon and they're being chased by TIE fighters that are shooting at them and trying to kill them. And the characters are literally like, oh man, TIE fighters. We should do something about that. I have an idea. I'm going to go do that idea. Do you get what I'm saying? There is a scene where Han Solo and Chewbacca are literally surrounded by rioters and gunfire, and Han Solo just goes, Chewie, take this. Longing stare. I hope to meet you again sometime, my friend. Pacing. It's a bitch. So I saw this movie just a few hours ago, and I've been going over this little dilemma in my head. Is it worse to have an actor flat out be completely different from the original take on the character, i.e. Han Solo? The Han Solo that we meet in this movie is nothing like the Han Solo we've met before. Is that worse? Or is it worse to have a character, Lando Calrissian, be played to an almost SNL impression level? Like seriously, like I love Donald Glover, but he's literally just doing an impression of Billy D. Williams. And I think in the end, I side with the first thing. Sure, this guy is nothing like Harrison Ford, but at least he's trying something new. Whereas Donald Glover is just straight up like, hey, I'm Billy D. Williams. I might as well have a Colt 45 in my hand.
Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1.
So in the last 20 or so minutes of the movie, I swear we see about 15 or so, like, face and heel turns, double crosses and triple crosses. Like literally a character will be like, I betrayed you. Psych, I'm on your side. Haha, I betrayed you again. No, but really, we're friends. Haha, oh no, what is happening? I don't get it. Please kill me. So for my final topic about this film, I want to talk about the idea of fan service. Now, I'm not blind to the fact that all of the Disney-era Star Wars movies have had fan service. However, where The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi perhaps harkens to previous films or makes mentions, they are still moving forward. Whereas the prequels kind of revel in fan service. They don't move forward so much as move in a circle. Rogue One flat out comes to a screeching halt just to be like, hey, remember this?
I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
So, fan service in Solo. It turns out that the reason Han Solo and Chewbacca became friends is because Han Solo can speak Wookiee. You know, he literally does what I just did, and Chewbacca's like, oh, what up, dog? And it's like, I have never seen Han Solo speak Wookiee once. And what's even funnier is that after he does that in this very movie, he never does it again. It's almost as if they manufactured this and then we're like, all right, let's just sweep it under the rug. They're friends now. There is a shot in this movie where Han Solo gets his blaster and the camera like focuses on the gun for like a really long time. And it's like, do you really care about his blaster? It's a gun. Like, it's a tool. I don't give a shit. Are you hearing me at all? Okay, the Kessel Run. So, in A New Hope, when pitching to Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker how fast the Millennium Falcon is...
If it's a fast ship. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. I've outrun Imperial starships.
Now, In real life, we all know that a parsec is a measurement of distance. But let's be real, in the movie it's clearly presented as a measurement of time. Now this movie tries to retcon that concept, and it turns out that the Kessel Run can be done in a much longer distance, but he did it at 12 because he took a shortcut. Now, hear me out. How is taking a shortcut making the ship faster? You're not actually going faster, you're just really good at navigation. That doesn't mean your ship is fast. It means you just know your way around a neighborhood. Your pizza delivery guy knows the way around the neighborhood. The most egregious example of fan service is that Darth Maul shows up in this movie, and this really goes to the core problem I have with the idea of prequels. This raises more questions than it answers. We clearly see Darth Maul with robot legs, which means that this has to take place after The Phantom Menace. So, like, where was he for the other two prequel movies? What is he up to? Why is he here? Why is he kicking it with smugglers? I don't understand any of this. The movie certainly doesn't care to tell me. Another thing that really kind of bothered me is there's a moment where Darth Maul, so he's talking to someone via hologram, and he, turns on his lightsaber to be, all intimidating, look out, don't fuck with me, I got a lightsaber. And it just kind of makes him look ridiculous. There's a great scene in Empire Strikes Back where Darth Vader's talking to someone, through, television screens.
The fleet has moved out to light speed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time. You are in command now, Admiral Piet.
Thank you, Lord Vader.
Whoa, Darth Vader's badass. Darth Vader didn't, pull out a gun and be all coming for you. Imagine if I held up a samurai sword right now and was I'm coming to get you. You'd be like, dude, you're so far away. Or am I? Anyways, the point is, I didn't really care for this movie. Now, if you did, to be honest, I kind of envy that. I hate it when I don't like a movie because I want to love all movies. But I just can't support it. I don't like it, don't go see it. But if you do, I really hope you like it. Papa Cheesy out. To give a quick update, I am beginning the works on my second part of my Mike Judge series, which will be on Office Space. And I hope you all look forward to that. Have a wonderful night.